The Genie level, I don't think there's any contest. I think the SNES version wins. Let's just look at it. It just looks beautiful. The Genesis version had this like stark black background that didn't feel like magical or mysterious at all. It just felt like, oh, we can't really animate all this stuff on screen and have a background. So I think hands down, this is the better version of the Genie level. And this is where both games take some creative license with the Aladdin movie, because this is not something Aladdin does in the movie. He does not go inside the lamp. He does have one song where the genie is singing Friend Like Me, which is the song that's playing in this level, where it's very crazily animated with lots of weird genie magic happening. And I guess that's what these levels are trying to invoke, is like the genie singing the song. But the soundtracks are just another place. I think the SNES version is better. I gotta go this way. Woo! Show me a platform. Thank you. Okay. Try to stick with me on this. The Genesis version of the game, which I just played last week, you probably should just go watch that Let's Play if you haven't seen it, because I keep referencing it. This is a kind of compare and contrast video. The Genesis version is every level pretty much just tries to do a song directly from the movie. They just take a song from the movie and just try to digitize it as best they can. And they all sound pretty good. Like, they're good songs. I enjoy listening to them. This game only does it in this one level, and then in a bonus level later on. And then all of the other levels just had the Capcom composer people design music for them. And I really think that was the correct way to go, because you do have to remember, you're not making the movie again. We've already seen the movie. Everybody who's buying these games has seen the movie. What I appreciate is when you take those properties and, like, this is our creative spin on Aladdin. Like, this is Capcom's version of Aladdin, not Disney's version. And I think it speaks to the strength of... I'm going the wrong way. I'm not going to get it. It's not going to happen. We got it. Ooh, but I had to get tornadoed. I did have to get tornadoed. So I appreciate that they actually composed music for the scenes. It sounds really good for Capcom music. You know, like, it sounds... The soundtrack is just better in the sense that this is Capcom's spin on this property. This is not, we're going to take this tornado, we did. Whereas the Genesis version tried to be like, can we turn the Disney movie into a video game? And again, that's a very fine distinction. Like, that might not be valid criticism. It's hard to say. But it's something that I noticed playing the two games just back to back. Like, even the bonus level music here is something that that Capcom put together that sounds very Aladdin-y, which is nice. And I also think I would say that the songs in the Genesis version that were not from the movie, like the Abu bonus level songs, I think the boss fight music, and then... Is it the Rug Ride scene? I think it's the Rug Ride scene. It's like the escape-style music. Just isn't very good. The song is just... doesn't sound like it belongs in like a reimagining of a Disney property from the early 90s. So it's not just, hey, I played one version of this game first, and that's the version that I happen to like. It's like, I actually have a lot of reasons why I like the version that I do. This is also the first game that I remember... I mean, I always say in my videos and on my streams that I'm not a speedrunner. That's one of the things that I see on my stream constantly, is anytime I play a game that has like a... Ooh, we're going back down. That has like an active speedrun community, we get people in my chat who are frustrated with me because I'm not speedrunning the game, like I'm not doing the tricks or whatever. Like, oh hey, you know, if you do this crazy trick, you'll get to that scene a lot faster. And then me and all my people in my chat, he's not a speedrunner. And some people just, you know, they just quietly leave. Some people take it hard, I think. Like, some people... I've actually had this happen a couple times. People would stick around in my Twitch chat and kind of get lippy with me that I'm not willing to go out of my way to try to learn the speedrunner strats. Like, I don't really understand why. Also, the Clouds have an alpha channel, like a real alpha channel, and you can go behind them because this is a Super Nintendo game with transparency. But no, I'm not a speedrunner. But I do value playing games kind of efficiently. Like, I don't want to waste time in a game. I want to get through a game, not necessarily as quickly as possible, but I want to feel like I've applied some level of skill, and to that end, completing a game as quickly as you can is kind of a good metric for feeling satisfied that you've applied some level of skill. And Aladdin was the first game that I have quote-unquote remember speedrunning, like even before Super Metroid. And I don't remember what my time was, but I know that it was inside of 20 minutes. I'm going to explain how I know that. Because, oh, by the way, I'm trying to get the hundo. We're going to try to get all the gems in this run. We are going to do that for you guys. Because back in the day, again, early, maybe mid-90s, 1994 or so. It must have been 94, because I got my first home computer that year. And it did not have much of a hard drive. It had a 350 megabyte hard drive. And also, MP3 files were not really a thing that we could do. Like, that wasn't going to happen. I need to call out the gems in this level as I get them to make sure that I get all of them. I think. So this is one. So instead, what we did was download MIDI files. Now, if you don't know, MIDI is it's like a music synthesizer format, where you have like fake instruments and then you play a song or whatever. And MIDI files are very popular, especially for. Do I want to go up here? I think I want to go up here, don't I? Because that was 2. I didn't call it out. Damn it, 2. Maybe we don't. Okay, we might be okay. Especially for video game music, because video game music tends to be chiptunes, and MIDI files are usually very simple instrumentations, and chiptunes, we're not going to get this scarab. Well, we may yet. We may yet, Mr. Frodo. 3. No, I think we gotta go left, and yeah, we missed that scarab. Scarabs are not required for the hundo. 4. I think we only got 1 more in this level. I think. But we had a MIDI file that was a 20-minute long medley of all different songs from various Final Fantasy games. That was Red Gem number 5. So I know I got them all in that level. So there's going to be 4 in this level, and the first one is right here, 6. Final Fantasy 1 through 6. Final Fantasy 7 had just come out, so like whoever sequenced this particular MIDI file had not heard Final Fantasy 7 soundtrack yet. So this was, like I said, this was 94, 95 or so. 7. Get up out of there before that floor crumbles. And it was 20 minutes long. Like, it had a lot of music in it. So it was a 20-minute long medley of 6 different video games. And I remember one day, I was like, you know what? I'll bet, and my buddies were over or whatever, I'm like, you know, I bet I can finish Disney's Aladdin before that MIDI file finishes. And I did, but just barely. Like, I got the last boss inside the allotted time, but not like the ending of the game. So there was some dispute over whether I had completed the game before the timer ran out. But yeah, it was 20 minutes long, maybe 20 minutes and some change. Can I get my gem, please? I could just grab it and hop in the hole. But we're not going to do that, are we? Yes, we are going to do that. We're going to do that right now. I don't think... Ooh, there's no checkpoints in this level either. Herpensy derp. I don't think I get a time like that these days. I was much, much better practiced back in the day. But, as far as I'm concerned, Josh, I completed Disney's Aladdin in that 20-minute time period. As I recall, like, it was harder than I was expecting to play the game without the soundtrack on. Because I was playing this MIDI file that we were playing. Like, I couldn't hear the game itself. And playing the game now, I can't think of what sound cues I might have needed. But I do remember it being a little more difficult. Maybe it was just the pressure of being timed, which made it a little more difficult. Every few years, I go on the internet and see if I can find that MIDI file again. Of course, nowadays, it would be better for someone to just, like, sequence an actual... Like, get an actual band together or something and sequence it. Obviously, MIDIs are not the only kind of synthesized music file. Like, I think mods were real popular back in the day. There's a couple other ones. This red gem in this level is hidden. I'll show you where it is. And then MP3s, of course, you could convert anything to MP3 by recording it. And most of what I did with MIDIs back in the day was... I mean, I had a website where I put every MIDI file that I found on my website because I didn't understand, like, at the time. There's number 10 behind that pillar. That, like, this was somebody's artwork, like somebody had synthesized this file and put time into it. I just thought, like, oh, it's video game music. It belongs to everybody. Because I didn't understand, like, what attributions were or any of that stuff. As far as I know, nobody got into trouble for putting, like, people's MIDIs online. Oh, I gotta actually pay attention to this next level, because if I don't get all the red gems in this next level, I cannot go back to get them. And we've got them all so far. Let's go to the bonus level. Come on, guys. We'll go to the bonus level. Get them all. The MIDI format in general might be like an open license. Like, legally, maybe you don't own... I have no idea. I'm just speculating. I've seen videos and things that have, like, made mention of... Yeah, we want to stay to the left of the screen here and kind of be in between. So when we get these red gems, which are not on the actual path... I think that was 3. And then a sharp dip, yeah. I've seen videos where people have like, yeah, I didn't want to get in trouble putting the actual band's music in, so I put in like their MIDI of it. But somebody still sequenced that MIDI file, right? Like, that's still somebody's work. Like, that's still art that somebody... I think that was 6. We're going up now. 7. Every 100 gems you get another heart, but I got all the hearts already. Oh, I think I missed a red gem somewhere in this level, guys. Hard down. Oh, maybe not, because that should be 9. I think there's one more at the end here. Or not. Yeah, that looked... I think that was only 9. Guys, I think I missed 1 red gem. So this is a 99% run of Aladdin. Actually, it's not, because there's 70 red gems, and if I get 69... I don't know... I can't do math. I don't have the capability to figure out what actual percentage that is. No, we got them all. Never mind. Hundo. We're going for the hundo. We in there.
Shoutouts to Montezuma Mike, who sponsored this video, and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.